In just a moment here, I'm going to invite up our second panel of the day here and introduce you to three operators representing three different groups that are taking advantage of our Conqueror Plus Square integration. Gary, you are a relatively new member to the Conqueror Plus Square family. So when you were looking at modernizing your facility, you were checking out a whole bunch of different products, and Conqueror Plus Square wasn't the first thing that you looked at, but as you learned more about options and the things that would be great for your center, you ended up there. Can you tell the group a little bit about that journey?
For my servers, this was an easy transition and a simpler process for them. We added a KDS system into the kitchen, which has improved our efficiency as far as getting food out, time together. And behind the bar, it's a much cleaner, fresher look than what we had. We were so impressed with what this is going to do for us and what it is already doing for us. The reporting system, I can take the numbers from yesterday and I can pull a P&L that is that up to date. The transfer of information to our accounting system is just absolutely incredible.
Ryan, a similar question to you. What were some of the key highlights that gave you confidence to select Conqueror Plus Square?
We're in the market for a new restaurant point of sale system as we navigated that process, and to see where the modernization of the guest experience was moving, and to continue to drive efficiency within the operation through Square and the upcoming integration with Conqueror at that point. I think is what really got us excited about the potential of the product, being married together. I mean, having a single source of truth for all things, bowling and food and beverage within a single system, that you're able to manage multi-location across, a dynamic environment, really gives you a ton of flexibility as to how you manage the business. And then the ability to review data and results in a simplistic form as you would like, or to get as granular as you possibly can, and to understand specific trends and dynamics within the business, and being able to make decisions to benefit the business, drive revenue, drive traffic, and improve overall guest experience, has been such a critical part of that transition to Conqueror Plus Square.
And Brent, what was part of that early decision making? What were the first things that first pluses that you took away becoming familiar with and started to use the system?
I recognize that if we're going to do this right, we're in this for 20 or 30 years, so our brain is thinking about where we're going to be and where we need to be positioned, and Square is the best point of sale I've ever laid hands on. It is robust, massive. It does simple really well. For us in multi-locations, being able to, the scheduling, I would say, for me is just huge. Scheduling, monitoring hours, real-time payroll data. There's nowhere else in the bowling business, to my knowledge, that you can get real-time payroll data. And once you get that dialed in, I think that's incredibly valuable. There is no other food and beverage processing platform in bowling and probably entertainment that's as smooth and slick as Square.
Ryan, you guys have explored in Pinheads as taking advantage of other partners in the larger Square ecosystem. You mind talking a little bit about that, on some of the other pieces, other add-ons and things that you've brought together that have made operations and life easier for you and your team?
Square is such a huge ecosystem of being able to payment process, point of sale, restaurant, food and beverage point of sale. It's given us a platform to bring in other areas of our business to manage in a single location. So for us on the marketing side, we've amassed over 85,000 customer contacts that we have the ability to market to because of that Square ecosystem of payments, right? So if you've made a process or a purchase at a Square location, your data is more than likely in that ecosystem, and then that guest makes a purchase at your bowling center, you get access to that data. So we've been able to do a much better job of targeting a larger audience because we've gained access to that data, and being able to go and retarget those guests time and time again to drive additional visits, additional spend within our center, all because of a point of sale that has functionality that best meets the needs of our business.
How many individual different products had you been using to keep names and customer database information before you consolidated it under Square?
I think at one point we were probably in 4 or 5 different products And those just don't exist anymore. It's all in a single location.
Gary, can you share a little bit about that experience and what it has meant for your staff to adapt and learn and to be able to execute this to your advantage?
Every one of them has said that this is so much easier to use. They all are like, this just makes their job easier. And then when you go to the cash out process, they got the tap screen that's on the back side. All they do is turn the tablet over to the guest. The guest can put in their tip amount, whether it be percentage or custom, and the server just says it makes their job easier. Makes the guest experience that much better.
Good, thank you. Brent, overseeing 2 centers, managing multiple teams and such, what are some of the most important, most usable things that Conqueror Square gives you to be able to run your businesses?
Again, packaging so many things that we used to have in different programs prior. Staff schedule stinks, there's no way to make it fun, and Square makes it easier. Scheduling, communicating with the team. I can look and see just about anything I want to see, anytime I want to see it. Nothing else I've ever seen allows that. So that's been great.
Brian, generally, what has been your experience working with Square? With technology, with people, with support?
Yeah, I think that's been one of the most surprising things about the relationship with Square is that, I could pick up the phone and call someone and they're going to answer, and I've been able to get support and help really on an as-needed basis. To get that level of service and support, they definitely stand out from the rest.